Why don't we bring in our guests, Zach, and ask them if they have any?
Yeah, they've been nodding along, hanging out with
Here
us
they are.
already on set this morning. I'm pretty sure that JR Zinner and Bri Colston from the Franklin County Fair, I'm sure you guys have some opinions. Bri, what about you? Is there anything question of the day wise?
I think I have two.
Oh,
I
good.
think
I like it.
the name Cokes, the Cokes with the name on them.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That was a
Yeah.
big, that got me excited a lot, trying to find my name.
Yeah.
Not me.
And would you find one that like wasn't spelled? Because you told us
Yes.
the spelling was BRI. Would you find some that were like BRIE? Like,
or-
nope.
Oh, okay.
Throw it in the
Or they
trash.
would have like one N instead of two.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with those. I spent a period of time with one of my students who was fond of one of the young men in my class, and everywhere I'd go, I'd find that young man's name on a Coke, and I would take a picture, and then I would give that to her the following day in class or something, be like, "Hey, look what I." And so I, probably 10 or 15 times I would give her a Zach Coke picture. So.
If any, I'm sure some people know that JR and I were roommates in college, and so we're from the same generation. Do you remember when they had the Disney characters on the Coke cans?
Oh, for sure.
Did you know anybody that collected those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I might know a guy who has about 5,000 different soda pop and beer cans that cluttered up our dorm room. I was bringing home cans.
You said you were a fan of the cans.
The Star Wars ones, though.
Those
Those were the ones that you didn't really, get too frustrated with me putting all up over our dorm rooms.
That was me. I had all of those. I don't know. I probably didn't have them all, but it was Pepsi, if I remember right.
Yep.
Right, the Pepsi,
Oh, yeah.
the Star
Yeah.
Wars Phantom Menace cans. Yeah. Yeah, I had a Kroger bag, if I remember right, full of them. But being a child, I didn't know that you needed to wash them out or to rinse them out. And I caused a massive ant infestation in our home because of that, in my bedroom in
Yeah,
particular.
that'll do it.
That was, sorry, Mom and Dad, that was fun.
At least wash them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zach, is there anything that's been taken away from you that you loved so much?
Oh, I see. I got to keep thinking on
Okay,
it. I like
all right.
your all's responses, and it like jars my memory. So there's nothing immediately that I'm upset about, but I know I'll think about it.
Oh, and Bri, what was your second one?
The sweet potato fries from Frisch's.
From Frisch's.
From Frisch's.
Okay, the
Okay.
big boy. Sweet
Those were my
potato
favorite.
fries are gross, by the way.
No, they're not. They're amazing.
I second
I'm a
that.
sweet
They're
potato
good.
fan.
The first one or two are good, and then after that, it's just like, man, I can't.
If you go to Movie Tavern in Lexington,
Yeah.
they have amazing like waffle sweet potato fries.
Whatever, it's just too much for me.
I think it's fake news.
So two thumbs up and two thumbs down for sweet potato fries. But Frisch's took it away.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because they're not very good. All right, so if you're watching on Facebook, let us know in the comments if you've got anything that's been discontinued that you loved, and if you don't watch on Facebook, that's okay, because we've got the text machine 502-353-0233. Send those in. We'll get to your answers later, but in the meantime, we need to talk Franklin County Fair, which kicked off this week, and officially on Tuesday.
Yep.
So we're going to have an opening ceremony at 5:30 p.m.
Yep.
We're really excited. We always do an opening ceremony. Involves all of our magistrates, our county judge executive, and lots of local dignitaries. And the reason we're really excited about Tuesday's kickoff is because, the citizens are excited. It's the $10 night for
That's right.
for the kids' day.
Yeah,
So,
kids' fun night, right?
and so we're going to have a lot of activities that evening. We're hoping to pack the fairgrounds and get as many kids on the rides as possible and safely. But we're also
Safely. I'm glad you said that. Yeah. There's a look at some of them.
Wow.
it screams safely. They're a lot of fun though, and we're pretty excited about getting as many families out this week as we can, but especially Tuesday with the $10 gate. And that evening we have a lot of like children's games planned. So I would say parents, dress your kids in their old clothes because all the games are gonna be fun, but some of them could even be a little dirty and messy, and there'll be prizes given to participants, and obviously we'll have ribbons, county fair ribbons, so that'll be a big night that night.
Nice. Yeah, and Tuesday, like you said, the official opening ceremonies are that night. But you also there's an off-road truck competition that night, part of the motorsports. That goes on all week, but
Yeah,
it's
that's a
little bit of
really
everything.
popular motorsports event that we've started doing. It gives our our guy Steve Strasburg a chance to make an obstacle track, and anytime he can operate equipment, dozers, and dig holes and make something different out of a flat track, he gets pretty excited. And big shout out to Steve. He does all of our motorsports track groundwork, and so I'm pretty sure he lives there for the week. Every time I'm there, it seems like he's there. Maybe he takes naps in his truck or his dozer or something. But we're really excited about that event. And there'll be a lot of participation in it if you want to come out and see off-roading in a contained environment. And, it'll be really fun. It'll be good.
And even though the official kickoff is on Tuesday, like you said, you've got so many pageants that we had to start them this weekend. So
we are in love with pageants. We want to have pageants for everybody. We're working on making sure we get the whole spectrum of participants. So much so that we're even adding the Mr. Franklin County Fair pageant this week.
Yeah, it kind of closes out the weekend, right? Saturday night, I think.
And I think there's enough time. I think we can get Scott to enter, and I'm pretty sure he would be a forerunner. I think if he gets in.
Oh, I think so too. Yeah.
His magnetic personality and handsome, rugged, good looks, and got the dad thing going. So
I got to come up with the talent though.
Oh, I don't think you have any talents on these.
Oh no talent.
There's some
I think
hidden
you're
talents.
fine. It's all personality.
That's all.
Yeah.
It's all just rugged good looks
and swimsuit.
I have heard there's a swimsuit.
Nice.
So throw on your rash guard or don't, and flex whatever you got going. But we need participants. So if there's any gentlemen out there in the community, we need some people coming to try and vie for Mr. Franklin County Fair. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's many pageants. We actually even had pageants over the weekend.
That's right. Yeah, this weekend on Saturday, you all crowned Miss Teen, and we believe Kara McDonald, right? You're kind of seeing it on your screen here, the moment when she was announced as the Miss Teen Franklin County Fair, and that was Saturday night. And then Sunday was the big one, the Miss Franklin County Fair, and we'll see her here in just a second, but that went to McKinley Sharp. And the reason sort of why you guys did this and didn't wait until, 'cause before you all usually would do like a Monday or a Tuesday or something like that. But I think on the Saturday or the Sunday, it gives the winners that chance to kind of preside over the week. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. It gives them that chance to, there's so many events throughout the week. They can represent the fair from the very beginning, at the kickoff. And then what better way to reward them for their endeavors than to say, hey, you need to come with us and hand out ribbons at the pig show on Wednesday night, or whatever it might be. Like,
reward.
You need to give the trophy to the winning demo derby driver. So that does allow them to have a full week of celebrating their victories.
That's
so
right.
We're really excited, and we did get those correct. So
and maybe they
because I was watching.
Okay, good. We got those names correct. All right, great. Yeah.
It was a good weekend. I would suggest that we all, if you want to come out and watch, there's pageants nearly every night.
Yeah.
Wear your luau garb because
it is.
The theme is luau this year. So I'm going to have to break out my Hawaiian shirts one night and run on up there and check things out.
And then they get to preside over the pizza eating contest on Wednesday, right? This is like the first time, if I remember right, and maybe you guys have had them in the schedule before, but this is one of the first times that I've remembered seeing on Wednesday night pizza eating, and then Thursday night is what, donuts?
Donuts,
okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I have been corralling as many 8-year-olds as I can to shove down some donuts, because I think I'm more excited to see some 8 and 9-year-olds put down 10, 15 donuts than I am these old men. I think I am not, however, excited to photograph it. Yeah, that is making me nervous, thinking of having to go back and look at all of the photos.
Yeah.
I plan to attend. I'd like to go ahead and see if I can't find the next chestnut food eating champion and kind of coach them to greatness. So I'm out recruiting at those two events, I think, this week. So.
Okay.
So to know what kind of a chance I would have, also, who's providing the pizza for the pizza eating contest? Do we know?
Oh yeah, do we know toppings or anything like that? Is it probably
TBD?
Probably
TBD,
cheese,
okay.
right? I feel like cheese would be a.
I know there was a discussion of a meat lovers.
Oh wow.
That really changes the game.
Maybe I'm in
Yeah.
on this now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, I got to think there's a chance that these things are going to be hot and ready, but I don't know. Yeah.
No,
There's
yeah.
a good chance I would bet. I bet so. We're soliciting pizza and donut providers. I guess this would be a great shout out. So
If-
they give us
nice.
a call.
Yeah,
check
if
us
you
out on
want in there,
Facebook.
there's
we could
an
use a
opening.
sponsorship.
Okay, all right. And then Thursday, we got some mud racing.
The mud race. It is if you're a young person born into families in rural Franklin County and even parts
Yeah.
of the city, like this is you get
Infamous.
indoctrinated in the
Yeah.
mud. Like you have to be a super fan of the mud race, and there's a lot of fun to be had and a lot of chances to bury your 4-wheel drive vehicle. So, the motorsports guys, they've really lined up a lot of good events every night, and so the mud race is probably one that is well attended.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we had any mud races in Boyle County, did we? That's not something.
We had a really bad rain one time. I remember Junkyard Dog did not want to get out on the track when I took him to the wrestling ring. He
I
didn't
was
want his
there that
boots.
year. I was there
Yeah,
that
so
year.
I don't remember if it was a
JYD.
rain or
Yeah.
I don't know, but the mud race itself, the guys that work the track, this is another time that they really enjoy because they can just soak that thing and get it as mucked up as they can. So they love spraying the track down any chance they get.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think one thing that's important to point out, we're talking about all these great events going on at the Franklin County Fair all week, but it really is a labor of love, I feel like, where you have folks that genuinely care about putting these events on and making sure that they're run as safely and as efficiently as possible every single year. So
Certainly, there's so many volunteers that go into Fair Week that are unsung heroes, but it definitely culminates in a really good week for the community. And the Fair Board itself exists of about 10 to 15 folks that have been dedicated. Some of them, for example, like Patty Cross, she's been dedicated for well over 4 decades at this point, and so.
and she has a whole team of folks. You go to any of those pageants and you see probably
She's
a
there.
dozen or more folks helping her out too. So
Yep.
it really is a full team effort. And yeah, but she's been the kind of the figurehead of the pageants for decades.
For sure, and it wouldn't happen without those volunteers.
Right.
It's a similar situation for the exhibit hall that Bree's been working with in last week. There's so many folks from the community that come in and help get those things organized
Yeah.
and encourage people to participate. So
And when did those open, the exhibit halls?
Today.
Today.
From 5 to 7 tonight.
Okay.
People can bring in their entries. We have several different divisions. We have a 4-H division, a FFA division. We have a homemakers division,
Oh.
which consists of anything home brewing, canning, anything that you have like cross stitched. We have home canned salsa, corn, tomatoes, whatever you have in a mason jar. Bring it and we'll judge it.
Yeah.
The garden division, so bring your biggest squash, your biggest tomato, your biggest head of cabbage, anything you got, anything that grows, we'll take it and judge it, and you can win money off of it. You can win a ribbon.
Yeah. Do the winners go on? Do you go on to the state fair from here?
for 4-H and FFA divisions,
Okay.
those young people can participate in the state fair as a qualifier, and then in the open division of the exhibit hall. Everyone can participate, but at the state fair level, it's open. You don't have
just-
to
yeah,
actually
you're right.
qualify.
Oh, I
so,
see.
so this is like your trial run, and get some
Yeah.
feedback on whatever you have coming.
Yeah, and go back to the drawing board if you need to, and then
Figure things out for the
revise a little
state.
bit.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
We're really excited for that though, because anybody in the community can come through if they attend the gate and the fair, and they can go to the exhibit hall and look through all these different things that are being displayed, and a lot of vegetables. There's even some artwork. There's some young and
Oh,
up and coming
cool.
artists that can compete. So it's pretty varied, and I know Preston Zinner gets fired up. He likes to put his Matchbox cars. There's a whole area for collectibles.
Yeah.
So he's figured out that if he goes through all of his old school toys and enters them into the fair, there's money to be earned money on the table.
Okay.
So as early as this morning, he was thinking about, hey, I can maybe, if I can get $30, I can get me a new Reed Shepherd card, or
Yeah.
he's figuring out what kind of football cards he wants to get with his fair winnings. So the gears are turning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mean to create more competition for him, but people really should read through the catalog about all
sure.
the categories and like, 'cause, you have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which brings me to where can you find those digitally?
Yeah.
Our fair website is up and running as of today, and it is www.franklincofair.org. I had to think about that one.
I can see you running that through your head.
You got there.
So,
But then
there's a-
folks can also Google it, and they can.
Yes.
I was able to find on the Facebook page today. It's like a Facebook page, maybe a group.
There's Instagram.
Yeah, been doing a great job posting on there, and there's a good schedule of events that I've noticed on there that I was able to. It's been able to help us out quite a bit. Also, I don't want to get too far away from it, but Tuesday night is also youth and adult pet shows. Is that kind of a new
It's
thing?
an old school thing coming back home.
Okay, good. It sounds fun. Yeah.
We're really excited. You know, we used to have pet shows. This is my 24th year with the Franklin County Fair. So we used to have pet shows the first decade or so that I was part of it, and for whatever reason, throughout the pandemic, they kind of just lost their luster. But we're trying to get that built back up, and so an event that I think will be a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
what's better than bringing your four-legged friend or your canary or whatever, I guess whatever pet you got.
But then also, if you're not able to or you don't want to enter your dog or cat into the pet show, there will be border collies, right? I'm doing a little border collie
Yep.
show. Is it Miller's border collie?
Mr. Miller, Allen, is a friend of mine, and he likes to go around to different festivals with his border collies and show people how brilliant and talented they are in herding both sheep and ducks. So
Yeah. I've seen them.
Alan's
I've
fired
seen them.
up.
Yeah.
He's ready to get his border collies out.
Is it still going to be kind of next to like where it was maybe the last couple of years? Next to
It'll
the
be
pavilion?
it'll be
Okay.
between the Hancock Pavilion and the livestock showing area.
Okay.
So it's a fairly visible site and plenty of fence row to line up on. And I will tell you, he puts on a really good show. Those dogs are super talented. And most of the time they do what they're told. Every now and then a duck might get a little bit of a reminder to get with it, but it's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. Also Friday night, a thing that I don't know that I've noticed you all have done before. Maybe you have a cornhole tournament.
I feel like that could be huge.
I feel like it could be too.
Yeah.
Also a new event. If there's any talented cornhole folks out there, this has to be the all call.
People
I
get
suppose.
competitive on the
Yeah.
cornhole now. So
Oh yeah. I'm not in charge of that. During the same time, I'm going to be working at the beef show, but I suspect that there could be a lot of folks come out to this cornhole tournament. There's pretty good winnings, so.
I noticed that. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty solid.
And I guess, being able to say that you won the county tournament is also pretty important too, I would think.
And then Friday night's also a big night at the Pavilion. It's the Youth Talent and Franklin County Fair Talent Showcases.
Yes. Youth will go first at 7 o'clock at the pavilion. We're excited to see what these kids bring this year. I've heard of some interesting rumors going around of some unique talents coming.
all right.
And then following that will be the adult
Yeah.
contest.
And then that's the one that goes on
Yes.
to the state fair.
Yep.
Cool.
It's going to be a
big-
busy week.
Busy
Yes, it
week,
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
busy Friday night, and then you round things up Saturday with the big truck and tractor pool, and then on Saturday I'll be at the pageant, the pavilion. I mean, covering all these pageants. You got the baby shows, princess pageant, and then the aforementioned Mr. Franklin County Fair pageant.
You might even crown, somebody on the show. Maybe
Somebody's on the show, might
Scott, I'm
might
so.
appear on there.
I don't. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you were talking about the beef show earlier, and
Are you more interested in the beef show?
I mean, if I showed up for that, it might be.
From what I remember, I don't remember the beef show being your big gig back in the day. But you're welcome. There'll be a lot of cattle, and Famous Dave will be there. So Famous Dave Devers. It's always
Is Saturday night the truck and tractor pull is at Indian Hills their favorite night of the week?
Yeah.
it's the
Of the
Indian Hill
year.
shout out night. Yeah,
That's a good night.
it's
to
a sanctioned truck and
live over
tractor
there.
pull. So a lot of people from surrounding communities and even surrounding states
Yeah.
like to participate in that, and
It's a loud night.
I've heard that they really appreciate that night. So,
I bet they do.
but bear with
They
us.
do.
We're a 1 week gig, and we
Yeah.
really appreciate cooperation from the entire community. I mean, it's not just
yeah.
the fact that we're on the fairgrounds and people are putting up with the midway and everything for 4 or 5 nights, but just in the community all around. Like, a lot of people are very supportive, and it's a big event to pull this thing off. So without support from the city and the county and magistrates and county judge and mayor and local leaders, it wouldn't be possible. It just wouldn't. And so, thank you, Indian Hills.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think most people don't realize it's one night, and and then there's you got other kinds of motorsports over there, but it'll be a big week, and I think everybody loves it. It's a trade off. For somebody in my house that complains about why do they do fairs in the summer when it's so hot, do you have an explanation for that person out there?
I think that historically, somebody somewhere with a lot of common sense said it has to be on the hottest nights of the year. I don't know, but we're looking for good weather, and I think we'll have it this year. It sounds like the percent chance of rain is going to be on our side again. We've had several years in a row, and I think after today the temperature is supposed to go down a little bit. So,
I mean, a lot of these things, like in the categories, like if you're growing crops and stuff, like you couldn't do that in the spring, So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I know somebody that fusses a lot about why does it have to be.
I have a redheaded wife, and she's not a huge fan of. I'm actually outnumbered. My family's 3/4 redhead, and they're not fans of lots and lots of sun and heat. They melt, so I get it.
I mean, but I mean, it's going to be a huge week. And so much work goes into it from you guys and from countless others, like you said, Patty Cross and everybody involved. So.
Our Fair Board president, Stephen Quarles. There's guys like Ricky Cornish Sr. who are out there just sweating, which leads me to what I would bring back.
Yeah.
In favor of the fair and the heat, and obviously Richard Simmons.
Yeah.
I would bring back sweating to the oldies. Because I'm thinking, we have very few TV shows devoted to working out anymore. Like it used to be, throw on your leotards or throw on your shorts and headband, and let's get up at 7:30 in the morning and watch them sweat to the oldies.
JR Zinner, I pledge to you right now that I will reserve airtime on Cable 10 if you would like to be the new Richard. Take the mantle from Richard Simmons on Cable 10.
I'm surprised I get that offer, because Scott does know when you stick my foot in the door, the kind of things I come up with. So, okay, all right. Coming to Frankfurt.
I think we could arrange for some cameras to arrive at a location and help getting that. Yeah, help getting that on Cable 10.
You might have to sweat to the library music that we have, though. You might not be able to sweat to the oldies. You might have to.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to make sure it stays on YouTube.
Yeah, right.
The oldies of sweating to the oldies are now the really, really oldies. So we'll probably break it down to something from the 90s now is what would be old today, I guess, or 2000s. But.
Yeah. Guys, thanks for being here and letting us know. And again, it's going to be a huge week at the Franklin County Fair. Again, people forget all the stuff that's going on out there. There is literally something for everybody.
For sure. We'd love to see everybody tomorrow night, $10 gate. And that would be a great time to come and pack the fairgrounds.
Yeah, jump online, check out that catalog of events, see what you want to get out there and see. Take the kids. There is no kid on earth that doesn't love the fair. So, just get outside the house.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah.
Thank you guys. We appreciate y'all having us on.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you all for being here.